having pledged your faith in and your love towards one another, and having pledged your solemn vows before God and these people, by the power vested in me by the state of Ohio and of God, I pronounce you husband and wife. What God has joined together, let no one separate. Josh, you may kiss your bride.
So Melissa, it's 5 minutes till your wedding. How do you feel? I mean, what's running through your mind at this time?
Truthfully, I'm not nervous at all.
Really?
Yeah. Probably won't be nervous until I start walking.
So Josh, we're here at your wedding. In about 5 more minutes, you're going to be tying the knot. It's going to be the biggest change you've made in your whole life. What led you up to this point? What is it about Melissa that made you say she's the one?
Everything about her. I just fell in love with her and knew she was the one.
You've known him for over a year. You've been dating for a long time, really. I mean, that's a long time these days.
It's true.
What's the one thing you like about him so much?
They like me. He's kind of the boy version of me, not the girl version of him.
And that's why you fell in love with him.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you a question. You've dated her a long time. In that time, is there any special traits that stands out in your mind?
She's beautiful. Yeah. She likes to hunt.
She likes to hunt. That's why I would marry somebody right off the bat. So Melissa, where do you meet him? Where do you meet him?
Well, we actually started texting first through a friend, and then we decided to meet up at the fair, and then 2 days later we started dating.
Wow, that's fast. So that's what we call love at first sight, isn't it? Any last thoughts?
No, just nervous.
Well, don't be nervous. It's going to be the best day of your life. Thanks, Josh.
Thanks.
That's a great story. Thanks, Melissa.
This afternoon, Josh and Melissa would like to thank each of you for being here today as they share their vows that will unite them in marriage. Each one of them brings hopes and dreams here, separate hopes and dreams. They are here out of respect for God and His laws and marriage. They came here single, but they will be leaving as husband and wives bound together by their vows before God. Marriage is not something that should be taken lightly. It is ordained by God. The Bible compares marriage to the relationship that Christ had with His church. In Matthew, Jesus spoke about marriage not being a casual relationship that could be easily dissolved, but rather a permanent relationship that binds together couples for life. Jesus explained that God ordained marriage when He said this, "For this reason man shall leave his father and mother and be joined with his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Therefore what God has joined together, let no man separate." A good marriage is a union of two hearts and two lives bound together by a mutual love and respect for each other. Josh, Christ set an awesome example showing love for other people. In fact, the Bible says, greater love has no man than this, than to lay down his life for his friends. I would like for you to follow his example. I would like for you to consider Melissa your closest friend. Love her, even if it means that you have to sacrifice your wants, your desires, or even your life. And even firefighter calls sometimes. Melissa, Christ also gave us the perfect example of submission. Not only did he come to die for each one of us, but his life here on earth was all about serving other people. I'm asking you to do the same thing in your marriage and in your life with Josh and your family. Serve them with everything that you have. Who gives this son and daughter in marriage? State law says the following things are necessary to have a marriage: a license, a civil ceremony, and records. I've seen the license, there will be records, and we're in the ceremony. But marriage is much more than a license, a ceremony, or records. Marriage involves new relationships in which both of you leave your parents and cleave to each other. Do not expect instant success in every aspect of this new relationship. As we have talked over the weeks, there will be arguments, there will be tears, probably some tissues. It's not always instant success, but be patient. And with love, remember the vows that you are going to commit to each other before God today. I brought these 3 ribbons today, and the orange ribbon symbolizes your life, Melissa. The brown ribbon symbolizes Josh's life, and the white ribbon symbolizes Christ. You know, your life is a lot like these 3 separate ribbons. Melissa, you're a unique individual. You have your own family, you have your own thoughts, and you have your own dreams. Josh, you're a unique individual also. You have your family, your thoughts, and your dreams. But this passage says that 2 are better than 1. And I found this to be true in a lot of relationships, business and personal and family relationships. However, the last part of the passage says that a 3-fold cord is not quickly broken. A 3-part cord. So what was it talking about? If you want your marriage to be all that it can be, God must be entwined in every part of it as well. If He is present in every part of your marriage as this cord that she is braiding, what you'll find out is that it won't fail. He needs to be included in every good time, every bad time, every fight, every difficult situation, every time you have bills due that's bigger than your checkbook. If you allow Him to remain a part of all these things, you'll find that the 3-fold cord of your marriage will not fail when a lot of other marriages around you do. And it's simply because it's not you and Melissa's marriage, but it's entwined with the love of God, and that you've allowed Him to be part of every part or aspect of your marriage. Keeping that in mind, Josh, will you have this woman to be your wedded wife? All right, if you do, repeat after me, okay? I, Josh, take you, Melissa, to be my wife. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, in joy and in sorrow. I will love you and honor you all the days of my life. This is my promise to you. How about holding hands? There you go. Melissa, will you take this man to be your wedded husband? Are you sure?
Yep.
I, Melissa, take you, Josh,
I, Melissa, take you, Josh,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer,
for better, for worse, for richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
and to be faithful to you alone,
and to be faithful to you alone,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Today, Melissa and Josh wish to symbolize the merging of their lives together the following way. There are 3 separate colors of sand here. The first color of sand is white, representing God. They wish to establish their marriage on the foundation of God. The orange sand and the brown sand represent each other. The orange Melissa, the brown Josh. The 2 of them vow their lives to each other today in a way that will never be able to be completely separate again, much like this sand. I hope you understand that as hard as it would be to separate each individual grain, either brown or orange, from this container, that's how hard it is to separate the commitment you guys are making with each other. And as you founded that on a foundation of Christ, we're putting God on top again, showing that He has to be a part of everything that you do from now on to make it the success to meet the plans that He has for you. For generations, rings have been used for tokens of pledges made in good faith and the seals of sacred vows. In the giving and receiving of rings, you pledge yourselves one to the other. Our prayer is that your love and happiness will be as unending as these rings are, knowing it. Let these rings remind you of this happy hour that was shared in the presence of God, in the presence of your family and your friends. Josh, take this. Place that on your finger. Repeat after me. Melissa, I give you this ring.
Melissa, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of our vow.
As a symbol of our vow.
With all that I am.
With all that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
Melissa. Place that on his finger and repeat after me. Josh, I give you this ring.
Josh, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my vow.
As a symbol of my vow.
With all that I am.
With all that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
Having pledged your faith in and your love towards one another, and having pledged your solemn vows before God and these people, by the power vested in me by the state of Ohio and of God, I pronounce you husband and wife. What God has joined together, let no one separate. Josh, you may kiss your bride. I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Josh and Melissa Charlton.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and the groom.
He's trying to catch him.
Everybody, we're getting ready to cut the cake, so if you want to see it, come on in.
Oh my goodness.
They trust him with a knife.
Quarter in my pocket for
Remember, for better or for worse.
1, 2, 3.
Here we go.
Somebody wasn't nice. Just makeup. There you go. Okay, guys, hang on. Don't do it yet. Look at that lovely view. Oh my goodness. Can you say love better? 1, 2, 3. Good job. Hold it up, wave out the prize. Look at that, guys. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Who got that one? Oh my goodness.